Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, I want to welcome all of you. I said I was going to do another video until I was released because of why we're doing this whole process, but it was necessary for me to do this. During this day, in order for me to communicate with people, I don't have a way of putting funds on my account because I am not earning funds with SATCOMM by doing the work that I was doing for them. That's how I supplement my income. So what I am doing is the individuals who've been begging me to donate to support and help the site, I'm going to give them the opportunity, if they choose, if they would like to donate at this time. The information will be in the description. There has been some, and I told you guys, the idiots were going to come out of the woodwork. When I am up and about and doing videos, nobody comments. Nobody says a single thing about me because they know they cannot stand next to me, in front of me, or behind me and make a comment about me, and I not shut them up. Well, what they have decided to do is they've decided to put out videos and put stuff on websites and, let me just explain. Oh no, okay? That ain't gonna happen. People, I still have access to communicating. I still have access to shutting down those idiots. We had a situation where they introduced the videos I have online as evidence, but never showed the evidence to the jury. Just introduced the videos, and then the judge said she wasn't going to send none of the videos back because they didn't want the jury listening to the videos to see what I know and whether or not I know what I know. I told all of you that this was about arbitration. I told all of you that I took and focused on myself at the end of last year because I knew they were coming my way because of what I was doing. So I took the time to make sure the contract was solidified and make sure that I was the first one to test everything out. I'm your guinea pig, everyone. So what we're doing is we're relying on arbitration. That's the whole thing. And the courts have said, if arbitration is what I'm relying on, I cannot resort to anything else. I have to stay with arbitration. That's why I exercise my right to remain silent. Now we have two things going on. The arbitrator has accepted the contract is being valid. The arbitration has accepted that the contract is binding on all parties, and the arbitrator has issued an arbitration award. Well, the courts have no say so because the state, the Attorney General, everyone is stopped from bringing a claim unless it's a capital offense. That's the way the contract is written. It's not a capital offense, and the arbitration that we're relying on is the one that gives me diplomatic immunity. That's right, diplomatic immunity unless it's a capital offense. And if it is a capital offense, the only thing they can do is extricate me from the actual country. Other than that, they have no other recourse. That's what we're relying on. We're going to go to Congress. We're going to go to the Supreme Court. I don't care. I'm willing to do this. Now, remember, I told everybody that this was being done for my protection, that this was, doesn't matter if you believe it or not, the direction of the God that I serve. So I'm here for my protection. But I figured, like I did in PR, if I'm going to be in there, then I'm going to take advantage of the situation, utilize it to my advantage. We already told you guys about the official name change. I would have done the official name change back in 2015, but something said just go ahead and wait. Get the name known first before you start using it permanently. So the name will officially be changed within the next year. That is my plan. That's what I planned from the very beginning. Now, we got idiots talking about, well, he said he planned all of this. Those stupid, ignorant morons don't realize that I put this stuff on video since September of 2017. Of course I planned all of this, because that's what I do. I don't get involved in nothing without knowing what I'm getting involved in. I'm relying on arbitration because arbitration is the way to go. If they say the arbitration is blah, the arbitration doesn't do this, the arbitration is that, it doesn't matter, because if they deny me the right to arbitration, that means they deny those corporations who've been taking people to arbitration. They deny the court who've been ordering people to arbitration. They deny them the right to do arbitration. It's a catch-22 for them, and I don't mind saying it. Get around what I'm doing because I spent over a year, and Mr. Bradley Christopher Stark spent 4 years perfecting the paperwork, perfecting the wording. So get around what we're doing, because all we'll do is figure a way around what you're doing. That's what this is all about. So if some of you don't get it, that's too bad. If some of you are so, gotta be careful, because some of you are ignorant in your own right, and that's not a bad thing. Ignorance just means devoid of knowledge. So some of you just don't understand. Some of you just don't know. But there are a lot of you out there who are just ignorant to a fault. You're more stupid and more ignorant than anything on this planet. And I don't care if you don't like the fact that I say that. Your friends tell you you're stupid, your mama told you you're stupid, and you tell yourself you're stupid all the time, but yet you want to still open your mouth and have a voice. Let me be the first to tell you that you're not as stupid as you think. No, you're far worse than that. Okay? This has nothing to do with some paperwork some stupid prosecutor puts into the record. This has nothing to do, the fact that they said, and he's supposed to be doing this for life. He has to go register for life. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a felony 6, a high misdemeanor. The first offense. There is no way in the world that anybody could receive for their first offense a life sentence, whether it be probation or incarceration. It just doesn't work that way. The system has never worked that way. Lifetime meant 10 years in 1998 in in Arizona. I could have spoke up. I could have said, hold on, that's a lie. It only meant 10 years. You need to go back and look at what it meant in that state, not what it means in your stupid mind. I could have done that. But the idea was to sit there and shut up. If I had said anything, then I would have waived the right to remain silent. So the court's going to rely on the fact that one introduced a motion. Nobody introduced a motion. You guys know I don't write motions. I write presentments. And I write affidavits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I could have spoken up, but the law says exactly this. If I'm relying on arbitration, I have to stick with arbitration. If I had spoken up, then it would have said I would have waived my right to remaining silent. As I told everybody, the law says you have the right to remain silent. The Supreme Court has approved the so-called script called the Miranda script. They've approved that script, which says you have the right to remain silent if you give up that right to remain silent. Pay attention. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Okay, so if I give up the right to remain silent, then I'm self-incriminating myself. That means I'm volunteering to incriminate myself. If I don't speak, in this case, the court mentioned over 35 times to the jury, well, if he's representing himself, you cannot utilize the fact that he's not testifying or the fact that he's not saying anything during the trial against him. And kept highlighting that. And then, because they're using a stenographer and not recording, and yes, I recorded the last 2 hearings, I recorded. Okay? They don't go in the court saying, Your Honor, he says he's recording these hearings. He's getting strict orders that these hearings don't have to be recorded. Sorry. This is my hearing. I'm recording it. I have the right to record it because I'm the one recording myself. I'm recording myself speaking, but you didn't say anything, so how could you be, that's right, I'm recording myself not saying anything. The background noise, I don't have nothing to do with the background noise. They were talking in the background. I'm sorry. I have no way to mute them. I tried to get them to shut up, but they wouldn't shut up on their own. So hopefully the audio will show me being silent. I wish I would have had a video camera so you could see the judge highlight certain things and then look at the jury to give them emphasis, to point them in her direction, and how she told them that she will be the one to interpret the law. Ladies and gentlemen, I had already established on the record that the jury has the authority and the right to interpret law. Everybody has the right to interpret law. See, it's not like the Bible where the Bible interprets itself. In law, there are 9 statutory principles of statutory interpretation. And so that means that everybody can apply those principles and interpret law. But when the judge says that she was the one, the authority, that could interpret the law and that the jury didn't have that authority during the so-called instructions to the jury and failed to read my instructions, or when they were impaneling the jury, failed to ask my questions of the jury, So I already put my questions in writing. There was no need for me to speak up when in panel of the jury. There was no need for me to speak up when they were selecting the jury. See, by not giving the jury my instructions, they denied me the right to participate in jury selection. That's just that point. I told them I put my stuff in writing. This is before I exercised my right to remain silent. So your right to remain silent, you can speak all the way up until the point of jury selection. Once jury is being selected, you have to remain silent. Doesn't matter what you said before that, because that's not the trial. Those are pre-trial proceedings. So there are a lot of people out there who think that they're smarter than I am. There are a lot of people out there who think they know more than I do. There are a lot of people who think that they can handle themselves better than I can in that situation. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 6 years to prepare for what I did this past 3 weeks ago. And no, I'm not afraid. You'll hear it if you get the transcript. Some of you guys are going to download the transcript. I don't care. But you'll see when she asks, do you know how many years you could get if you were prosecuted? I told him, 100 billion thousand years. She said, I think he's being sarcastic. So she asked it again. I said, again, 100 billion quadrillion years. I don't care how many years. She can give me 100 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care. I literally, honestly don't care. Because they're going to have to deal with the appeal. What all of you guys didn't know is I did my appeal before they even selected your jury. My appeal was already written because I had already anticipated everything they would do. This is for those idiots out there who think that I could not have planned all of this, who think that I don't anticipate things. Okay, now we're going to talk about SAA. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had to get rid of 3 of our arbitrators, and including an administrator with SAA, because they simply weren't doing the job they were hired to do. We're sorry about that. I am sorry about that. I am now taking care of them so that that's not going to be a problem anymore, so that they will get it, so that they will understand it. Each of those individuals who are now gone, I'm sorry, there's a newcomer that we had, and he actually was one of the people who received an arbitration, and all he wanted to do was talk about his arbitration. And we explained to him, we cannot talk to you about your arbitration. Talking to you about your arbitration is a violation of federal law because that's ex parte communication. We cannot do that. He got upset. So it was time for him to go. Told him if he brought it up one more time, then he wouldn't be a part of the organization no more. He brought it up twice. So I guess, I brought it up twice, so that's not one more time. And so I was, okay, bye. That's just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way it is. That's the way it's been. That's the way it's going to be. I am not going to let anybody get over on you. Okay, those of you who have arbitrations and you've not received the award, the SATCOMM organization has authorized the SAA to send you 2 certified copies of your arbitration award. Now, some people are talking about wanting us to buy their arbitration award. Ladies and gentlemen, eventually in the future we'll do that for you. But for right now, be patient because we're training them to understand how to help you communicate with SATCOMM. There's a department in SATCOMM called the write-off department. Do not contact the write-off department. There's no such email. Do not ask SATCOMM about the write-off department because they're not going to give you any information. That's in the future. We're just letting you know, look, everything is a plan, people. None of this stuff is happen chance. We're not creating nothing out of the blue, not out of thin air. Everything is a plan. What they'll do is they'll take your arbitration award, since it counts as income, they'll send out for you, on your behalf, your bills. This is all without going to the court. Remember, the arbitration process is without court interference. We'll send out the bills, and then we will process it as a debt collection. And then we will help you to do your taxes the correct way to where you get the majority of your award back in a refund. But you're going to have to be patient while we're training them for this. It took our people a year to get this information in their belt. And we're not going to say it's going to take another year, but we're going to say it's going to take several months until we can explain this to them. So just bear with us. Do you hear what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen? You don't hear me talking about anything else other than you and your benefit and your interest. Why? Because that's what this is all about. You see, if I can hammer the arbitration issue, and trust me, I will, because that's the main focus here, is arbitration on the appeal and before the Supreme Court and before the Appeals Court and before the Ninth Circuit Court, because I'm not letting it go. I was just thinking about Mr. Anthony Hamilton, can't let go. I'm not about to let it go. I am that bear who picked up that big, huge pot of stew and refused to let it go, even though the fur was burning. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not letting the arbitration issue go. And because I needed to deal with something else, this whole Attorney General bringing forth the law and the law being held invalid by the Supreme Court, unconstitutionally invalid, and then him introducing the same law over again and applying it to the same people again, being double jeopardy, nobody's brought that up before. So 750,000 people that will affect. So when I say I'm not doing this for myself, you can trust me, I'm not doing it for myself. All right, that's what I wanted to tell you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to contribute, there's one other thing that I have to mention. I haven't lost my knowledge, I haven't lost my understanding, I haven't lost my senses yet. So, for those of you who would like a consult, there is this thing called a video chat. We will put the information in the description. If you would like a consult, then what you will do is you will pay the consult fee, and it is $550. Sorry, that it has to be paid through SATCOMM, and you deposit it into the bank account with the information that's on SATCOMM. That's just the way it has to be. You'll see the information for making the deposit. It's right there on the website. You do the $550, then you schedule an hour consult, and we will have that consult. I'll give you, like in the past, I'll give you an hour and a half, but you will schedule an hour, and then we will schedule the other 30 minutes. No matter what the subject is, I will even talk to you guys about the enforcement of your money orders and how to take those money orders, pay attention that you've written in the past, and how to have those money orders constitute income and losses. Again, many of you have not been doing the taxes correctly. And yes, I know, just by me saying that, some of you have gotten some ideas in your head, and the little stupid wheels are starting to turn, and I can see the smoke. Okay? That's right. Those money orders that you all have been written, that everybody else has been saying that's worthless, you guys have been listening to the wrong people tell you that your money orders are worthless. Okay? You've been listening to the wrong people. Now, you can't write a money order to yourself. Okay, and then count that as income. That doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. But when you write those money orders to pay off a debt, and that debt has been offset, and they come back at you and claiming that you still owe the same amount, then there is a way for you to write that junk off. But you need to pay attention. I told all of you when I first started doing the money orders, I paid off 16 people's debt and cleared their credit just by writing those money orders. So I know the money orders have value. Because if they didn't, they never would have cleared those accounts. That being the case, each of those individuals, by law, had to report that on their taxes for having that debt cleared. They could have reported it as a loss, and they did not do that. It would have worked to their benefit. They would have received the credit. So, if you're interested in the consult, the information will be underneath the video in the description. All right, I want to thank all of you for communicating with us.